Welcome back, everybody, to the daily show where I'll be breaking down the big mega cap stocks. So, before we get started, please hit that like button, and that is greatly appreciated. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now, if you want to go above and beyond, support the channel and get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and all kinds of setups, definitely head over to Patreon, and that link will be down below in the description. And now, let's get right into the market. All right, so welcome back once again, guys. And oil prices are back on the climb. You can see a lot of things happening. A lot of these ships are getting bombed right on that Strait of Hormuz. Even they're setting up mines and stuff. So it's a total disaster that is going on. And all you see from Western media is just how good we are and what we're doing, and everything is just fine. Oil and everything just gonna come down, but it's hurting everybody. It's hurting our pocket. You can see Dow closes down nearly 300 points. At one point, I think it was down more than that, nearly 500 points. You can see what market did today. Dow is down 0.61%. Nasdaq slightly in the green, flat. S&P flat. Russell also flat. Advancing 39%, declining almost 56%. 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500. Well, what do you know? Well, you can see energy again leading on top, and then we have a little bit of technology, and everything else pretty much getting hammered today. Down for the day. Consumer defensive took the most hit, out of all the sectors today. Stock market map, what we got here? Microsoft down. We got Nvidia up slightly. AMU up almost 4%. Google up 0.5%. Meta flat. Tesla up 2.15%. Amazon down 0.78%. And Apple going flat. You can see a lot of these regional banks are actually down for the day. And the big show is right here. You can see XOM and Chevron both are going up on the day. Fear and greed index still on fear 27. And then what do we have? We have the inflation data today, which is totally in line, but market did absolutely nothing today. So it was a nothing burger CPI, pretty much cooked up. And you're not gonna see, even if it's not cooked up, any sort of spike in the inflation until next month, because that was when the gas prices was actually a little bit lower. Thursday, we got core PCE, we got GDP, and lots of data also coming out. We also have real consumer spending, JOLTS job opening, Michigan consumer sentiment. So lots of stuff still coming in here. These datas definitely can move the market, but I think what can actually move the market is a ceasefire and possibly some sort of a negotiation where all that bombing from Iran, and of course, there is news that Israeli prime minister might be dead. I don't know. There is a lot of rumors around that, and we haven't heard anything from him since that news came out. And so far, things are just getting really worse, especially for the Gulf countries. And we'll see how that plays out. But with that being said, let's focus on the big mega cap stocks, and let's have a look at Microsoft. On Microsoft is down 0.22%, but early morning you can see they rallied all the way back up to 409 and then gave back all the gains. You got a doji type of candle, but you can see this could be inverse head and shoulder. Also, you got this mini bull flag pattern playing out here. But if this thing can actually stay over, which it did right here, just around that 400 mark, the 20-day moving average on your screen, this white line, I think it has the potential for the breakout over 409, 410. If that happens, we could see easily 414 and possibly going back up to these highs right here over 420. Now, at some point, if this thing breaks below 400, you're going to see more selling down to 395.62, and then we have an unfilled gap down here just under 390. On AMD, it's up 0.79%. So again, saving the day. You can see AMD just dip buyers coming in and buying up those dips right here at 190, and saving AMD from coming down and closing the gap at 170. So AMD here, guys, I mean, it's within this really choppy zone. You can see up, down, up, down, up. right? So today we got really close to the gap, and I was actually eyeing a day trade here. Unfortunately, it did not fill the gap. I did not short, and then it actually pretty much gave it all back. You can see from 209 all the way down to 204 now. So there is support right here, 20-day moving average 202.65. If it gets underneath that level, it could be going down to 200 flat and all the way down to 190. To the upside, as long as AMD remains over 202.65, we could see the gap getting filled, 210.33 over that 214.57, and then into the 50-day moving average right here around 217. On Meta, it's slightly up on the day, but boy oh boy, some of the trades that we took, especially Monday, guys. Now, you guys saw my last update came out on Sunday, and since then, I didn't actually update anything because obviously, guys, I don't get paid from these videos. I just put them out for you guys. A lot of you guys have supported me when my channel was new and still watch my videos, still hit that like button, and that's why people like you. I cannot just say, hey, I'm done with you and I'm not gonna make any more video, but end of the day, I'm not getting paid for it. And especially what I do as a trader, the market, and making money from the market, that's my main goal. And it was a really fantastic day. I'm not gonna bore you guys with a bunch of my trades, but Meta was one of them that I called. Tesla was one of them that I got in at 382, I believe, on Monday. And not to mention SPY, DIA. There is maybe about 10, 20 plays I can show you, but it's just gonna waste a lot of your time. So if you're really serious, there is so many trades that we took. I don't even remember when was the last time we actually took a big hit on a losing trade. This few weeks been really great, even though the market is choppy, going all over the place. But market presenting amazing, amazing opportunities, and we're grabbing those opportunities and making the best out of it. So this is the right time if you're really serious about trading. And if you're not serious, just skip this part. Don't even watch it. Do not even watch that part about Patreon if you're not serious. Only I'm looking for serious people that want to trade. They want to make this as a profession, full-time profession, and not just go back and flip burgers. If you're somebody like that, who wants to make, a really good career out of the stock market and you want to do this full time, then go and check my link down in the description for Patreon, guys. And now let's get right into the meta. So this is where I picked up, and this one paid. There's so many, and you can see we gapped up again yesterday and ran, and today back to back we got two dojis here on meta, and this is a huge move. You can see from 626 right here, 627 ran up to almost 660. That is a big move. And now if we come back here, fill the gap 647.75, as long as it can hold, we could see a push towards that 664 and possibly even 668 to even this high right here, 671 plus. To the downside, if it comes back and does not hold a gap fill reversal, we could see further downside 638, which is a key support, and then into that trend line. I mean, this was perfect. If we did not pick up this dip, especially on Meta, look at this. Look at the weekly here. Look at this. This was perfect dip on Monday. So that's why you need to know what to look for when you're trading. And if you get in, I was in here, I was in here, and I was in here again. So I don't go trade here. I'm not buying today. I'm not gonna buy tomorrow possibly. But these are the opportunities on a stock like Meta. When you can catch it, you put a stop loss just underneath, and you just ride it back up. Massive, massive amount of gains from Meta trade that we took on Monday. On Apple stock is absolutely flat on the day. So you can see Apple is just getting stuck here at 259, 260, cannot get over 265. So I think Apple here, we need to see if this thing breaks below these lows down here, 255, then you're going to see Apple coming down and closing the gap at 249. As long as Apple remains over 259, watch out for a move back up to 265. I mean, it's just not getting anywhere since we put in a short-term bottom last Monday right here on Apple. And today is Wednesday, and you can see we're just going back and forth. We got a doji type of candle today, and just not doing anything. Just consolidating. We had some run ups, and now we are just not going anywhere here in Apple stock. So we have to wait and see what Apple does. See if this thing actually moves, whether we get a direction or not before going into Apple. On Tesla stock is up 2%. So this was a nice move. And I had runners, which I got out. And you can see this was Monday, guys. Look at Monday. look at the bottom, and this is exactly where at the same time Tesla and Meta calls were taken, 400 calls. And look at today, some runners went to the moon, and this could be a potential for a breakout from this channel right here. You can see we're trading over 400, so I think as long as we remain over 400, we could be retesting, possibly these highs 416 into 424. That's a possibility going into Friday's session, as long as we remain over not only 400, but also needs to stay over 408, which is not holding as of right now, which is this negative sloping 20-day moving average. If it comes under 400, we could be retesting bottom of the channel, but on its way down, there will be support at 390, and then all the way down here, that's going to be around 380, 381, and then we have support at 375, gap at 368.99 on Tesla. On Amazon, stock is down 0.78%. So Amazon just going all over the place. But I think Amazon, there is a possibility where Amazon can come down and close that gap all the way down, especially 196. So Amazon, you can see it's still within that bear flag consolidation, and we're not really going anywhere. This was the top. As a matter of fact, calls we bought, we sold, then this was the top. We showed it. We took profit. Those were the gap fill reversal type of play right here, which we did on Monday. And you can see even today came down to 211. So some of these trades, the setup just getting really good, especially on mega caps recently, with the amount of moves that we're seeing in the market, guys. Meta, watch that 207 area. As long as we're over that, we could see a push back up towards 215. If we break that, 220, 223 into this gap, 231. On Google stock, it's up 0.5%. So Google all over the place, but finally you can see it's actually over 307, which is the good news here. Trading over the 20-day. If that holds, we could see a push towards that 314, maybe even into the 50-day, which is close to the 320. To the downside, right here you can see 307 gives up. We can come back down all the way down to 304 and then flat 300, and maybe coming all the way back down here and retesting these lows. But I think in the short term, I mean, look at the Bollinger Band here. Upper one is sitting right here, and the lower one sitting right about here, and we're just trading here, guys. So some big move is about to happen on Google. I don't know which way it's gonna go, but whenever you see a Bollinger Band contraction here, which is contracting and just getting tighter and tighter, you're going to see explosive move, and that means it could be to the upside, but also could be to the downside. So you got to be careful. You need to see which direction it picks. I would say if this thing picks over or gets over 320, then it's upside. If it gets under this low down here, let's say 290, 293, and we came almost down to this level on Monday. If you caught it, kudos to you. This was a nice dip to buy, because you can see previous rejection, rejection. We didn't get there exactly, like bottom of this range, but you know you're not gonna get into every pennies, especially when it comes to buying. You gotta buy a little bit early or a little bit late. Somewhere you gotta get started somewhere. You cannot get a perfect entry all the time. It's gonna be 10, 15, 20, maybe a dollar, less or more. But as long as you get a position, started, you will be fine, especially when it comes, closer to the support. On Nvidia stock, it's up 0.69%. So market selling off and all the news about energy and oil. Well, I don't see Nvidia going down. So that's a red flag, especially when you see the selling. And the VIX is still elevated. So it's not like it's under 20 where I would think, okay, market can come down again. So it's kind of strange where things are happening. I think it's just a matter of time when the news is going to come out, and you guys will see the market reacting. You guys saw that with Trump talking. I think that was on Monday, actually, when Trump said that war is going to end very soon. And off of that comment, market rallied, and then market realizes that it's not really happening right now unless we get more confirmation from Gulf countries and Iran, and they all stop bombing each other. Then you'll know that yes, this is the truth. But I think it was just to save the market, and still, Trump even today talking about you know uh, just drilling and getting more oil and stuff, and how he's gonna help those ships on Strait of Hormuz and all that, whether if they're getting stuck or not. But we all know that it's not happening. So at some point, this is going to end, and whenever this ends, market will go up, and especially energy stocks, oil, definitely will come back down. Now here on Nvidia, you can see it's holding over 186. That's going to be a key zone. We do have supported 184, which it came down to today. And underneath that, we can come all the way down to 180. If it remains over 186, these moving averages, I would expect Nvidia to hit 190, possibly even 195. On Broadcom, another flat day, but you can see Broadcom came up to this price, almost to that price that I was talking about right here, 356. We got really close to it, but for some reason, and of course, Kramer is after Broadcom. He actually was talking and praising Broadcom, and that's why I think that's one of the reason why it's not finding its ground and just not taking off. Still, here you can see nice retest here on Monday, and things are just pushing higher again. So it's looking good, especially from this downtrend. It broke out. So if it comes back down to 334, 330, that would be a dip. Otherwise, this thing heading for 356 and possibly even higher. So Netflix down 2%, and finally just taking a breather here. And you can see this key support 94 is holding. We did not touch exactly 94, but it's just sitting there. And I think as long as we stay over 94, some consolidation, and this could turn into something big. We can get over 100, and if that happens, we can get into that 110 here on Netflix. So watch out for the 94 support. If that does not hold, we could be pulling all the way down to 91 and possibly even lower, but the trend has shifted to the upside now. So I would expect dip buyers to come in and buy those dips on Netflix. And that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section, guys. And please don't forget to hit that like button. That's another reason that I'm not making a lot of the videos, because obviously people watch, people don't subscribe, people don't hit the like button. And when people are watching, they just don't, feel like doing that part, and then you're not even getting paid for these videos. It just makes really bad feeling where like I want to make a video, but for what reason? I can make less, right? But I want to do this. I want to make more videos. It's totally up to you guys how you guys want to support, and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and continue to move on with all these videos that actually comes out on time. And I'm planning on putting out more videos from end of the month. So hopefully, you guys get what you want from end of the month, and not gonna be posting less videos. But again, these videos are coming out for you guys, so you guys don't support it. It just don't make sense for me to make a whole bunch of videos, even though there are so many opportunities, so many things. And I see some comments out there that people watch these videos and they actually made money on Netflix, which is really good. That's all I want to hear. And when I get something like that, I really appreciate. And I'm happy for you, because if you guys make money, that is all that actually matters to me, because at least it did help someone, especially when it comes to taking the next trade, and they did the right thing watching the video. And I hope all that makes sense. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night.